Hi, welcome to Angela Mitchell's messages. We're going to see what messages are coming out for each horoscope sign for Thursday, July 15 till next Thursday, July 22nd. Okay, so we're going to start with Aquarius. I'm using my beautiful brand new unicorn messages card, and I've got my angel cards, and I've also got Angel Oracle deck. So I'm going to pick one from each deck to see what messages, what we kind of have to look or face, what is holding us back in this coming week. Okay, let's start with Aquarius and see what. Oops. I love this unicorn cards. Oh, wow. Straight away. Okay, practice. Okay, and the angel cards. I find it really interesting how, you can have 3 decks of or 4 decks, whatever, of cards, and when you're doing it through reading, you find that they tend to have quite a flow, similar messages validating or working together to create that beautiful message for that person, right? Okay. Ooh, a bit jumpy, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, Aquarius, so these are your messages here. You can see practice. The best way to be good at a skill is to practice until you get it right. And we got King of Water, which is opening your heart and mind to those around you, trustworthy, heartfelt advice, and charity work. And then here is trying out a new activity, exploring something where you've never been before. So really beautiful messages here. This is a lot to do about working hard and being patient. Okay, so practice. So this is what we're having here. It's sort of like this horse here. You can see that she's trying to teach this horse a new skill, and she has to do it again and again. So if you're anyone that have ever worked with training animals or birds, horses or dogs, for example, that you have to go through you have to go through a routine. You have to keep doing it until it becomes, the animal becomes quite familiar. But at the same time, if you are an artist, you like art, you can't just create your masterpiece at the very first go. You will have to practice. You have to put in some effort. So this is, you're interested. You might be interested in something, whether it's at work, hobby, or even something that makes you happy, like yoga. But it means that you need to put in the hard work, and you need to be patient and really be dedicated and keep going. So this is about keep going. But also it feels like sometimes you are feeling very discouraged quite easily here, you see. So I can kind of feel here that you tend to be discouraged, and you might even be, if you are learning a new skill by with the help of a teacher, tutor, you might be even feeling discouraged towards the tutor. So you might feel like, oh God, the teacher's not doing a good job, or it's almost like you're finding excuses not to do it. So this is really about sharpening your skills, being patient, and not finding excuses to get out of it, because it feels like as if you really put your mind to it, you will be able to go further, and you'll be really good at it. And I know the Aquarius energy sometimes makes you a bit fickle, makes you lose concentration. So this is really about you just keeping at it. Okay, be still. Now the King of Water here is saying that you kind of, it feels like you're standing where you are, and then you have all these things going around you at the moment, and it feels like as if people are coming to you for help, and you might be the one that can give some help, as long as you are patient, as long as you can you can kind of keep a neutral mindset and not be involved and try to be, you know, because when someone comes to you for advice or help, you tend to want to be just to listen, because we want to listen to see what their point of view is, and then if they do ask us for help, then we give them that a honest opinion. But it feels like there are people floating about you that might be needing help, and particularly children at the moment as well. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice, you know, either you're giving it or you need to receive some help. Perhaps this is, you know, that might be connected to this, that you're trying to be you put some time and effort into learning a new skill. Maybe it's even either something that you are doing with your hands or something that you are trying to learn, but that you might need to put your pride aside and get some advice and help to be able to be good at what you started. Also, this is very much about communication, and I know most Aquarians are quite good at communication, but sometimes it's what you are communicating about that is important as well, so just be aware of it. Okay. And charity work, and for some reason I did feel the energy of children, so some of you may have opportunities to work with children in some shape or form. Maybe it's at this time in the world right now, there are lots of children that are in need, not getting enough food, or perhaps even having headphones or access to phone data or something like that. So if you have been thinking about doing something to help, then it feels like as if children and, you know, with charity work might be very very good for you to do, but also something that will come your way in some shape or form. But just let's remember that this is obviously a general reading for a lot of people in a particular sign, so some of you will relate to some certain aspects of this reading, and some of you may not, and something might really stand out. So you know, so there will be some of you that might already been thinking about ways of helping people out, and charity work, and particularly with children, will be very, very relevant and useful right now. Okay, so the Archangel symbol, and this is a beautiful, beautiful deck. The message is trying out a new activity or explore somewhere you've never been before. I love this beautiful card because it's got a couple of, it's got some feathers, it's got some beautiful flowers in there, and you know, so it's really about exploring and coming out of your comfort zone, okay, and renewal. So there's a sense that, you know, trying out a new activity, which is so relevant to the first card, which is about practice. So trying out and not giving up, and also opening yourself up to new activities, new ideas will be fantastic for you. And because of the flowers and the feathers, I do feel that the somewhere need not be somewhere completely exotic. It could be going out and exploring the woods, the forest, and just going for walks, or doing taking a short drive or a train somewhere. It feels like as if you need to be refreshed. Your mind needs a refresh. Okay, so let me know if that all resonates in comments. All right, so Pisces, let's see what messages are going to come forward for you. Okay, stop the unicorn. So that's Pisces. Oh, my cards are all, these are brand new. They do get love it. Unicorns are usually very patient and beautiful and sensitive, but this one is a bit fiery. But then Pisces tend to be fiery, very passionate. I've got two cards, so I'm going to honor that. Archangel Oracle deck. Let's see. Okay. Wow. Oh wow, 222 for all. Okay, let's see. Pisces. Okay, so we've got two. This is interesting. It means that you've got two sets of types of Pisces. That's going to be, I know Pisces can be, you've got two ends of the spectrum. You've got one that usually very quite passive, and you got ones that are very, very fiery and very opinionated, and they do tend to jump into conclusions. So let's see where this is going to lead. Oh, I've got 3 cards. Okay, I'm going to honor it. I'm not going to shy away from it. Okay, so the first message here is that you are gifted. You are gifted. You are very intelligent and talented. There's no doubt about it. You have knowledge. You have risen above what was expected of you in so many ways. You might not feel it. You might not feel it. You might think that, well, I'm the black sheep of the family, or I'm not good enough. But actually, this is to acknowledge that you do have abilities. You have gifts. You are able. But what kind of gets in the way is that sometimes there's a little bit of an ego at play here. Okay, so you are gifted, but then let's see what the next card says. Okay, now your patience will be rewarded. All right, so don't let your there is a sense that sometimes with, what I'm feeling with these cards here is that this message straight away flowing through saying that, well, you are gifted, you have all the knowledge and abilities and so on, but then sometimes what gets in your way is your impatience, and you kind of like slightly up in the air at times. So you might be too if you're quite spiritual, this is what we say, that you're so much in your spiritual body that you're not in your physical body, that you're you can aim too high at times, when you have to start right here at the bottom, which is not the bottom but the ground. They're asking you to ground yourself, to be with Mother Nature. And you see this beautiful, the beach, the land, the animals, the horses, and the sky. So you're bringing you back to earth. So something has happened recently that has brought you back down to earth. You learned quite a big lesson recently. Initially, you would have dismissed it, but it feels like you have been brought down to earth quite recently. So what I would like to say to you here is that your patience will be rewarded. Just take things slow. There is no rush, absolutely no rush, because you have what it takes. But if you jump too soon, you're going to fall. But if you wait and you create the path, and if you see like the horses, the unicorn's hair, you see how it's beautifully placid, and so it's almost like this is the path that you're carving up, the path for you. So don't jump before you can walk. Okay, now with that, we've got this card. Conflict is inevitable. Your response isn't. Choose empathy, listening, and compromise. Okay, so if you've had some form of a conflict, or you've been very I just have this feeling that you've been very upset. There's some of you, that I'm reading for may have been very upset, and it feels like conflict. You are someone that can be quite too passionate at times, but then there's been in a bit of an ego play recently. So conflict is inevitable, but your response isn't, meaning that how you respond to it, are you giving the other person or other parties empathy? Can you just walk away from it rather than going on about it? Choosing empathy and listening and compromise. So you have to listen and try to understand whether that situation is exactly as you think it is. It might not even be, because sometimes we can jump to conclusions, so just be careful that you're not, because Pisces, you can be quite fiery, and compromise. So there's some sort of compromise. Okay, so wow, look at that. Retaliation might provide relief in the short term, but how will you feel later? So wow, Pisces, you've definitely been in some kind of conflict you've either been upsetting people, or people been upsetting you, or you've been in a situation where you feel this is not right, this is absolutely not right. Okay, so retaliation. So this is all the beautiful colors, and that is talking about peace. You know, this is heart. Okay, so matters of the heart. It's all bring everything back to your heart. Okay, and you know, if you've been too much in your head, too much in your ego, bring it back to the heart and think about, you know, have some empathy. If you feel like, oh God, I've got to retaliate, I've got to do something, but how are you going to feel later? Is it really, are you burning, you know, have you burned more than one bridge in the last 4 months, 5 months, 6 months? Think about it. Okay, why burn bridges? Because making new friends takes bravery, but it's worth it. Okay, so because you've got, see again, you've got love, so you've got a beautiful theme here asking you to show love and to be loved, to give out love rather than retaliating or getting yourself into conflicts or creating or being part of it. It is about writing a new chapter. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. 6 of Fire, victory, good news is on the way, public recognition or awards. This is you coming away from a difficult situation. So any of you who have been, I feel that if you've been waiting for contracts, wanting to move house, or trying to change jobs, you know, all of this is going to change. You're moving away from difficulty. So all of these things would have been held back. The Mercury retrograde hasn't gone direct not too long ago, so it's still got those energy there. And also you got lots of different planets in retrograde still. Saturn is still in retrograde, creating still shaking things up. So you might have found things quite difficult to move forward. You might have found things, people not cooperating, being difficult with you, but now you're coming away, holding that flag, you're coming away victory. So whether it's public recognition or awards, and that's basically success. Okay, so success in whatever that you've been trying to put together, trying to make happen, will be successful. Okay, and then here we've got being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. Interesting. So this coming week, you see, taking away this and this, I'm gonna put this aside. Okay, now I'm looking at this saying that, well, yes, you have the gifts, you will, you have to have patience at the moment because things are going to work out for you. Okay, so this here you've got, you will have your rewards. So all of this is saying that yes, you are going to get your rewards. But then here we've got friendships. Okay, definitely a lot of issues where making friendships, networks, communities, there seems to be a lot of issues, and I'm not sure whether you are part of the problem, I'm sorry to say that, but also it seems that part of it is that there's some sort of decision that you have to make. It feels like in order for you to go forward, is that a decision that to apologize and then, you know, go on with your lives, or get back in the path, or is it a decision that has to be made where you need to address the problem? Are you not telling somebody that you had a problem? What is it? What, you know, it's all about clearing the air, because I see a lot of light in the distance, and I know that there is you know, there is a positive outcome here. So sometimes we might feel that, oh, I don't, you know, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to address it, and we start assuming a lot of things. So it's better to clear the air, good or bad, and then you can get on with your life, and so can they. Okay, so whatever it is, Pisces, clear the air so that you can move on. And also, you know, there's victory coming your way in the next week or so, plus minus a couple of days. So just make sure that you keep your eyes open, be patient, and trust. If you're feeling a bit insecure, thinking I'm not really sure if I have the skills or the knowledge and so on, then, well, you have the basis, you have the foundation. So why are you in a rush? Okay, lots of love to you. All right, Aries, let's see what you get. The cards are so new, they keep sticking. Here we go. Oh, okay. Interesting how they fall. Okay, there you go. Ah, I like these messages. If you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy the messages that I'm bringing forward to you, I'd love it if you subscribed and hit that notification button. That really helps me. Thank you so much. And and share the link out, because you never know who in your friendship friends list or family will be interested in stuff like this. So all right, so Aries, March 21st to April 19. My, too much work, accept help from others, life is out of balance, stress related health concerns. Okay, and then we've got the World, a time of positive change, a situation suddenly moves forward, fortune is on your side. Helping others can bring unexpected rewards in our own lives. Happy thoughts, to feel happier right now. Think about a memory or something else that makes you smile. And happy surprise, something very good is about to happen. So let's see, let's dig a little deeper here. Okay, so the Ten of Fire is is just saying to you that, hey Aries, just too much work. You need to chill out. You need to find some way of expressing yourself and getting rid of excess energy, because you are stressing yourself out. So if you've been and I know with everyone right now, you've probably either working from home or you're if you are going to work, it's very different times. Everyone is a bit definitely a little stressed, and there's lots of negativity going on. So find a way to chill out, find a way to do something for yourself, accepting help from others. So perhaps you're trying to do perhaps if you're at work and you are finding yourself overloaded, you need to speak to your boss, you need to speak to somebody to share the load, for somebody else to also do their part. So you can't just take on everyone else's work and then feel that you can do it within the time that you have. So because your life is out of balance, meaning that you're not having a good work-life balance, and I feel a lot of pressure, and I feel deadlines with you, and stress-related health concerns. And this is also, I feel that some of you are not honoring yourself by drinking enough water, and also I just feel the sense of not being very hydrated. But I also feel that you are really just chugging along and just wanting to keep going, because you're scared that if you don't keep going, that that you're going to lose everything. So there's a lot of pressure and a lot of burden on you right now. Okay, so just watch out for that, because to reassure you, and this is coming up, I don't feel this is going to take very long for it to materialize, because you're working towards something and working towards positive change, because it feels like as if you're trying to work harder and faster in order to either pay off some bills or debt, or so that you can make something happen. So a positive change is happening in your life right now. It feels like things are moving forward. So a situation in a situation, for funny enough, I keep feeling that this has got something to do with either work, if for the home, or paying for some kind of work that you want to do at home. Okay, so for example, if you've been trying to save for to do some kind of renovation, like conservatory, or trying to redo your kitchen or something like that, there will be money that will be coming to help you with with that. Okay. And if you're trying to sell a house as well, you know, so all of those, it feels like you're working hard towards a situation, and it feels like you're feeling the burden heavily. Okay. Now helping others service, to be of service, okay, it can bring unexpected rewards for our own lives, and that's a beautiful message. She's saying this is a book. You know, the symbol here, the archangel symbol, is the book. The book is sort of, you know, what are you going to, you can do all this hard work and trying to earn money, but what would you write in the book of life, in your book of life? What are you going to write down? What are you going to leave behind? And this is what I feel really drawn to say to you, that think about the things that you can do to be of service to others, whether it's, you know, previously spoken about with I think it was Pisces, about charity work, and no, I think that was Aquarius actually, about doing charity work, or you know, helping out certain communities, certain aspects of community during the pandemic, for example. What is it that you want to leave behind? Because this is, I feel, this is, I'm asking you to think about the long term. And you know, if you were asked to sit down at the end of your life to write down in this book who you are, and what you did and what you represented in this lifetime, then think about what you would write. What do you want to leave behind? So how are you going to be of service to others? Because sometimes by taking some time off and doing something for other people can be of, you know, can make you feel fantastic. Okay. Now, happy thoughts. To feel happier right now, think about a memory or something that makes you smile. Now this is, I feel this is being addressing the stress here, saying, you know, happy thoughts. Think, you know, perhaps you've been in a very negative mindset lately, maybe even thinking about the worst, what's the worst that can be, that can happen. And I know there's lots of anxiety about the pandemic, and everyone's sort of like, oh my god, what's going to happen? Okay. But you know, think about the good times. Think about all our ancestors went through hardship, in, you know, how a city rebuild after it was bombed, or Japan after the nuclear bomb. You know, how did people rebuild after such desperate tragedies? So think about it. Think about that, but also go back into your memory and think about that moments that you'd spend, for example, on the beach with your grandparents, or you know, camping in with your parents, or dancing in the rain with your siblings. Anything that makes you happy and puts a smile on your face. So push your thoughts into more happy thoughts by doing that. And happy surprise. What a lovely way to end this reading for you, Aries. You got something very good is about to happen. So it's almost like I want to say to you, like, make a wish. Okay, make a wish and think about, I want something good to happen, and let's see what happens by, you know, hopefully something happens by next Thursday or Friday. Feel that the universe wants to give you a reward for working hard and putting so much effort. Okay, so Taurus, those born between April 20th and May 20th. What comes out? Oh, okay, I'm going to shuffle again. Okay. The cards do have a life of their own sometimes, you know, they do come up. I always ask for one card, but then I might have more than one. They decide what is, you know, what is required for each reading. And although this I'm working more psychically, It's not uncommon for your spirit guides or my spirit guides or your spirit people to come and influence the reading. Okay, so that you are definitely drawn to this video. You would have, if you chanced upon it or saw the link, that's the reason why you've been drawn, because there's something that you need to hear. So first message here: long-term goals are great, but we often reach them in tiny steps. Set achievable goals. So what are you've put, thing about Taurus is, I think you are probably someone that makes something bigger than what it is. So if you want to do something, you want to do it all at one go. So it's sort of like trying to chunk up. If you need to do, for example, housework, you can do little bits, and then take a bit of a rest and then get on with it. But no, Taurus would just work from morning till night, and they're exhausted and tired and grumpy and all of that. So if you break it up, it'd be easier for you to process as well, because what happens is that when we make it so big, so unachievable, that it becomes more difficult and further away, and that becomes even harder for us. So this is definitely a message. I've got the ice cream man now just outside. Now, long-term goals are great. Okay, so this is about clarity test, and you can see this what do you call it, a crystal ball. Crystal ball, and crystal ball's about clarity, being able to see in the crystal ball the future and the messages. And basically what it is, we've got lots of, it's very cloudy and but sparkly, so you can't really see, you might not be able to see the future, feel the future right now, because you're wanting to see the full picture. But sometimes you need only a little bit of the picture in order to put it together like a puzzle. So don't expect everything to jump at you straight away. So do little bits and see how that works. Now, wish upon a star, make a wish and expect the very best. Now, Taurus tend to want very practical people, so they do want things to happen, and they're probably not very let's take a chance kind of people. Very solid characters. They want that firm ground on the ground, not like me, Sagittarius. So wish, now you're being asked to wish, to make a wish, to think, just put it out there to the universe and say, hey, I want this to happen. So make a wish and expect the best, because one of the traits is that you probably expect the worst. So expect the best. You got nothing to lose, because we've got this card here. Very soon, what you're asking for will happen soon in a happy way. So there is every reason, Taurus, for you to wish upon that star and to make that wish, because what you're wishing for is going to happen. And we've got additional card here which is saying also water, drink more water, eat fruits with water, in such as fresh fruits and vegetables, that you are thirsty, that you are, you also need to rest, you need to look after yourself. But essentially we're saying that is that you are stressing yourself out because you're not able at the moment to see the full picture. But what you're being asked to by the universe is to make a wish, or just to give it to the universe and say, right, look, this is what I want. Okay, I need a new car, a new job, etc. And the message is coming back to say that, what you're asking for will happen. So you see there's a lot of that break of day, that elation in the horse and the water. It's beautiful. All of these elements of nature is telling me that, yeah, it is going to happen. And it's that one, have you ever sat and watched the sun go down and the sun come up? I mean, it's the most beautiful moment. It's like feeling alive. This is a very, very exciting card. So in the next a week or so, really try to think about what you want, and you know, give it to the universe and let it manifest this for you. Okay, now the water has come up here, meaning that, you know what, you've probably been stressing yourself out too much, and it's saying that look after yourself, drink a bit of water, have some fruits and vegetables, because you've got the Magician card as well, Taurus, because Taurus here, you are ready, you have the resources and the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. Life can be magical. So you are, you know, and here, this is all here coming up here for you. It's a beautiful theme that's running here, okay? So this is saying that you are ready, you do have the resources. Don't wait forever. You know, if you have everything that you need to do what you need to do, get going, get going. Don't stress yourself out. Life can be magical. And there's also this, there's this something here that makes me feel also that there is a sense of adventure coming for you, that you might be able to have a little adventure. If you're not able to travel far, then you can abroad, then you can always do it where locally where you are. But it's just a sense of things are opening up for you. Now the Queen of Earth has come here, is then asking you to make some time for people around you, you know, to take a sensible approach. But Taurus, you are mainly sensible anyway, but then deal with the challenges that come in your way in a, you know, kind and understanding way, and try not to be overly anxious about things. Okay, so quite a good week for you coming up. And also you see money financially around there, it also feels that there's more money, help with money coming your way as well very soon. All right, Geminis, what are your messages for this week? Oh, we got 2 cards. It's hilarious. The cards really have their own mind today, and I've got to make sure that they are not stuck together. Okay, definitely a 3. Okay, all right, all righty then. I think all your spirit guides and families are definitely here, because I can feel a lot of interventions where I said 1 card from each deck and they're all coming up and saying, no, Angela, we need more. Okay, so Gemini, let's see. Okay, first card I've got for you is an honest look at insight, means admitting your own mistakes. Okay, what's been happening, Gemini? Taking an honest look. Okay, so you kind of have it's about straight away about your relationship with people. Okay, there can be a disconnect between the message that we're giving out and what someone hears. So there's miscommunication, but then it's also you're being asked to be open and honest to understand if that's coming from you. What part have you played in a miscommunication or situation that's happened in your recent past? Okay, in the last month, last week, a couple of months ago, but it feels like as if there's been some communication happening, and you're being asked to, you know, speak your truth, to be honest to yourself, that what is my part, what mistakes that have I done, what have I said, is it something that I what part have I played in this situation? So you're being asked to really be honest. Your communication has to be, look into your communications. What are you saying, what are you not saying? So just be careful and try to be truthful. Okay, now believe in yourself, see yourself doing well, and you will. So believe in yourself, Gemini. When I remember a long time ago, I had this went to this motivational workshop or something, and we were asked to live in that moment where we feel whatever that we wanted has happened, already happened. Okay, not just saying, oh, I want this to happen, but imagine if you wanted to buy a house, imagine yourself walking into that house, you know, celebrating that moment. And that's, if you believe that you have are doing well, or you believe that you have bought the house, or that you can, then you will. It's the state of mind. So your mindset, you believing in yourself, your mindset is really, really important. Now, best friends, the friends, true friends stick together no matter what. So if you have been, if this miscommunication or situation that occurred with miscommunication and a bit of a conflict, then if there is true friendship in there, then honor it and find ways to resolve it. Okay, because it's worth it if you really are true friends. Now, believing in yourself, and we got this card again, you are gifted, you're intelligent and talented. This is to say that, hey, yeah, believe, this is what somebody would say to me, saying like, well, all right, manifesting, etc., that's all good and fine, but what if I don't have the schools tools and knowledge and resources to make it happen? What if I'm not intelligent? What if I don't have any talents? And well, that might be true in some people's situation. Obviously all of us have different gifts and different levels of intelligence. I'm not the most intelligent, but I have some gifts, that helps me chug along in life. But believing in yourself and in basically saying that, you are gifted, you are talented, this is validating you, saying like, hey, you might not think that you are, but you do have skills and you have talent. Okay, so believe in yourself. Now we've got unity, which is traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organization, seek out mentors or like-minded people. So if you've part of this, if in order for you to be successful or for you to move forward in life, you might need to be part of some kind of community or group. So it might well be that you need to network more, or you need, for example, if you're a yoga teacher and being part of a yoga community that helps each other might be one way to go forward. To be part of a yoga channel, for example, so there's so many ways you can look about it, but definitely opening your minds, and if you are spiritual in any way, then joining some kind of organization or group, or you can join my spiritual group on Facebook, where you meet other people in the same with the same interest. For example, it's about seeking out mentors, people that can teach you something. Okay, so that you might have all of this, but you might need to learn and to sharpen your tools in some ways. Okay, and also like-minded friends that can help you, encourage you and put you in the right mindset. And then you've got competing goals, bothersome details, and conflict with others. My Gemini, you keep dipping in and out. Okay, dipping in and out. So definitely friendships, while all the other basis for career is really good, looking good, but you do seem to have issues that keep cropping up. So you need to deal with a friendship situation, or some kind of a argument or situation that's happened. You definitely need to work or pay attention to details as well, because so if you're not, for example, if you're sending out emails and you accidentally say something, or perhaps you're commenting and you take what somebody has said wrongly in Facebook, and then you didn't read the post fully, then you come across as being arrogant, angry, or just annoyed the poster. So it's just about being quite careful. So especially at work, just make sure that your work is all, you check and check and check. Conflict with others. Okay, so just make sure that you pay attention to details. Now, 2 or 5 coming in, you come into your own new partnerships or contracts, continue to move forward. So definitely moving forward career wise, you are moving forward, and the partnership comes with the unity, meaning that you do need, there's somebody that can come in, whether it's somebody at work that has more knowledge or experience that can help you, but there's somebody that needs to enter your life that can help you move forward with your work. All right, Cancer. Oops. Whoa. Okay, too many cards. Okay. I do feel one more. Let's see, one more. Oh, that's a perfect card for that. Wow. Honestly, these cards are so aggressive. As I said for the other signs, that when I work with these cards, your spirit guides and your spirit families will be coming in to also be part of this reading, to encourage me, because they obviously drawn you forward to this video to perhaps give you the messages that they can't. Okay, so we got brilliant cards. Okay, we've got one more card coming out. Okay, do we? Okay, cool. Right, let's see. Okay, so try out, so the message here is try out a new activity or explore somewhere you've never been before. So this is an exciting card because it's encouraging you to do something new, to refresh. You obviously need a break. You need a little bit of a change to shake things up a little bit. So this is to really just sort of come out from your comfort zone, and that is followed by this is renewal and this is strength. Fear can keep you safe, but it can also hold you back. Amazing opportunities wait. So this is really asking you, I feel that the universe is asking you, and your spirit guides, my dear ones, asking you to come out from your comfort zone. Okay, comfort zone. You've been too comfortable, trying to be safe, trying not to be it feels like cooped up like the rest of us, obviously, but it feels like as if you're trying to protect yourself here, and you've not been willing or even wanting to be to expand your wings, and it feels like here I want to say to you that go ahead and try something new. It can be anything from a meditation class to art, or just maybe Nordic walking, who knows. Okay, but it just feels like you need and this is about talking about strength, because it feels like you have been going through or had been going through a difficult time, at least in the last mid well, we're on July, 7 months now, so I feel like just February to May seems to be quite feels very heavy and difficult. Okay, so February to May felt like a very difficult time for you, and if you felt that your mental health has been affected as well, then this is really the time for you to break out from the fear and depression or just low moods. Okay, and to explore a little bit and take baby steps, and well, this is followed by exercise. Run, walk, swim, or otherwise move your body. This will give you more energy and happiness. So it's obviously that so Cancer, you have been cooped up. Enough. Move, get out, go see the sights, just be out. You have to be outdoors. And then you got the wish upon a star card again for you here. Make a wish and expect the best, because I feel that all of this has given you in the last this last year at least has been very difficult mentally, in the sense of depression, feeling very negative and not seeing hope. So this its message is really to encourage you to step out of that cycle that you have been in, and for you to have a more positive mindset, and also to just make a wish, and and just make a wish on to the moon, to the stars, and to the universe, and say, look, I just want to feel like this, or I want to be here, I want to do that. Ask the universe for help and for positive energy. Now listen to your true feelings. Don't let others talk you into doing something that you know is wrong. So if you are somebody, Cancer, that is easily led, okay, so people say, oh, this sounds like a good idea, etc., etc., or we should be doing this and that. Listen to how you feel. If somebody's talking and you're feeling terrible, don't do it. Okay, your body is telling you no. So listen to your heart, listen to how your body feels. You don't have to go the way everyone else is going. And the moon, okay, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. We've just come out of just the new moon cycle has just started, so we are being asked to, that is when we sort of release our fears. So don't let fear stop you from moving forward. Now the moon time is very illuminating, and we do have a full moon coming in a couple of weeks time as well. You always find that what is happening, and feels like if you have friends or anyone is trying you to get to do something that you don't particularly feel or believe in, then ask about motivation. What is their motivation? Why do they want you to do something? So think about that. Then we've got too much going on at once, the need to make a decision, consider a playful approach. Okay, so you have decisions to make, and you might be even thinking about if you're thinking about moving from one place to the other, whether it's work or whether it's I feel it's actually work. Okay, I mean, for some of you it might be a physical move to another state or another country. However, I feel that majority of you, it's going to be about work. There's so much going on at work right now that it feels that I can't think clearly. Okay, I can't think clearly, but you have to make a decision soon, because there are going to be some changes at work. But try to think of it and this is where we're thinking about wish upon a star, because maybe you're looking at it so seriously. Cancer, why so serious? Okay, why so serious? Look at things in a more playful approach, meaning that look at the positive side of things. So for example, if you're thinking about, I need to change jobs, I need to move to a new job, then start thinking about, wow, how would it feel to be in this position? How would it feel to be living by the sea, for example, if you are thinking about moving. So think about where you want to be and think about how it feels. Because Cancer, you've got new exciting opportunities coming your way. Watch out for anything that you visually see, whether on social media, letters, or communication on Thursday and Friday next week, because I keep seeing Thursday and Friday. Exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life. And now there's big changes here for you, Cancer. So but then you have to have the right mindset. So keep positive, and things will manifest the way you want it to. And most importantly, you see there's a new thing, opportunity that's coming your way. But then if your fear holds you back, then you're going to see everything as a no. You're going to say no. So this is important in order for you to achieve this. All right, Cancer. Hi, Leos. So we've got, if certain habits are causing you harm to yourself or to others, then time to bring them to light. Okay, so secrets is the theme for this week. So what is it that you have to share? Do you need to share? Do you need to speak to somebody? Do you need to reveal what is going on so that people can understand why you behave in a certain way, what is holding you back, and if it's affecting others, then time for a while, time to speak up, time to heal yourself. All right, now really time to heal yourself and let others have a say as well, because you do have a sense of being a healer. You have the power to help others and to heal yourself. So maybe the problems that you're having, a habit or addiction or anything that you are going through at the moment is affecting others, and it's disturbing your ability to heal others, to help others, to heal yourselves, because you are somebody that actually can give a lot of comfort. You have this sense of mother nature about you, where you bring, you want to nurture and help others. But if you're not being honest and truthful about yourself, and if there's a habit or addiction or anything that you are doing or practicing that is harming other people, then it's important for you to acknowledge and heal that situation before you can go out and heal anyone else. Okay, happy surprise, something very good is about to happen. So this is feeling that there is the universe is going to give you a little bit of happiness and give you a little bit to smile about. Okay, so watch out for what happens between now and next week. Release, the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. So I do feel that some of you who watching this are spiritual yourself, that you are either working in, you're a light worker, or perhaps you're somebody that just believes in the power of the universe, the power of the spirit world, and believe that there's more beyond just what we've been told. There's a spiritual transformation. I've heard of lots and lots of people that have felt very spiritual in the last year or so, 18 months or so of the pandemic. The end of a phase or situation, you're walking away from a situation, okay, whether that is your own what is holding you back, or you're walking away, it feels like you're journeying alone. Okay, so end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. You are moving away from a part of your life. Now the dreamer is a reset, so that is validated by the dreamer. Complete reset, clean slate. You're starting over again. Okay, you're already in the process. A leap of faith, so you are following a leap of faith. So you see, time to move on, you're moving away, and then you have a leap of faith into something new and unknown. So it feels a bit scary at the moment, but if you're following your dreams for the right reasons, there will be opportunities, and it feels that you are protected. If you look at the bubble here, you are protected. It feels that your spirit guides and particularly if you particularly spirit family are working very hard to make this change. It feels like you needed to be released from a situation here. Okay, so it feels like you needed this situation to happen, and they have encouraged it in some ways. Now, a sudden event that takes immediate attention, so this is like the knight on the horse is coming with news, so you will get news, and it feels that this has got to do with your release and your new beginning. Okay, so if for example, if you've been planning to end a relationship, and that involves paperwork, or or if you're looking for new housing, etc. There's for some reason I do feel that this is I associate this with paperwork. So there's something to do with paperwork that is going to allow you to have that freedom that you so want. Okay. All right, Virgo. Let's see what messages are going to come out. Oh, okay. Definitely going to be 2 cards here. Definitely 2 cards. Let's see. Let's start with the angel cards here. So, time to buckle down, Virgo. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. There's a guardian angel. So you're going on a journey, but you're not alone. So you have a guardian angel. You got something or someone who's looking over you, who is encouraging you. I do feel that you are supported here in the in your life right now. There is always somebody that is trying to make sure that you're okay and looking after you, okay? But you do need to buckle down. This is a time to be serious. So I do feel, Virgo, that you can be very a bit of a joker at times. You know, you don't take life too seriously, but you've been trying to break out of a mold at the moment for some reason. I just feel like I have to say, been trying to break out of that mold, or you've been trying to do something different, maybe trying to be a bit lighthearted, but it feels like as if you've let certain things slide. So it's time to buckle down, meaning that, you know, let's be serious, let's get things done. It feels like as if that whole work hard, play hard thing, you've taken that, you know, you normally play hard, but it feels like now you want to, you want to work, usually somebody that works hard, but then right now it feels like as if you've been playing a bit harder. So right now, let's go back to work, okay? Let's get things done, because it feels like you need to go on a journey, but finish what you need to do before you can get on that journey. And honoring commitments. So if you have made promises to anybody, just make sure that you get it done. But it feels definitely you're going exploring, and there's lots of really a lot of good things coming your way. But then as long as you're patient and you get the stuff done, you'll be fine. Now, 9 of Earth is coming here, which is into this reading, saying that, you know what, you don't have to do everything. You don't have everything. You don't, you know, to be big gestures, or you don't need a lot of material stuff. In fact, just doing, you know, getting back to basics, spending quiet time alone, meditation for you, Virgo, will be very, very important for you right now. I feel that meditation will be important to calm the mind and the soul. Successful self-employment. So if you are self-employed, you'll find that even though it has been quite tough for a lot of people in the last year or so, that what you are good at will be successful, okay? What you are offering or selling will be successful as long as you work hard and focus, all right? And here's like, you know, either frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decision. So again, validating the good business decision. So this is definitely for the Virgos who are self-employed. However, just don't spend all the money that you make, okay? So just make sure that you are looking after your money, and you're also thinking about that rainy day, and giving to the less fortunate. So this has come up a few times in all the readings that I've done so far for all the different signs. Giving to the less fortunate. So, you know, we might be able to give a little bit for those who need it, okay? Don't, as I said, no, you don't have, things don't have to have a big gesture. You could, for example, you know, pay for a family who needs grocery for that week or something of that sort. Now, family culture, interesting. These are the unicorn cards. They're quite new to me, but I love them. Beautiful messages. Family culture. Learn about your family stories and history. If you have somebody that's slightly older in your family right now, it's always a good idea to go and, you know, learn more about your, it feels like that connection is important to you. So ask them to tell you stories. Find out what you know, what went on in those days, what was life like in after the war, those sort of things. Okay, and relax, everything's going to be okay, don't worry, it's going to be fine. Okay, so if you just there's a bit of a worrier in all of us. We all worrying all the time, but then saying like, well, relax, it will be fine. Okay. Change is easy, the difficult part is making the transformation last, and that's quite important and significant, meaning that you can make changes quite easily. You can go on this journey, you can make changes, but making it last. And that's why that being focused and planning and putting in the strategy will be important, because if you make a decision, yes, you can just do it, but then in order for it to last and to happen and unfold properly, you need to have a plan. Now, sometimes bravery isn't about fighting dragons, it's about failing and trying again. She's saying like, well, if a past experience has made you reluctant to, for example, to fall in love again, or to work in a particular industry, or to or to trust people, etc. Sometimes you've got to fail, sometimes you've got to make those mistakes, and then you learn from them. All right, Virgo. Hi, Libra. So your first card here is to respect the opinions of others, but expect the same in return. Don't be afraid to say no. Okay, so if you're going to give it, you have to be able to take it. So if you're dishing out advice or being critical of others, just be aware that you should be ready to receive it from other people, and also don't be afraid to say no. All right, so if you don't feel that you can make that commitment, don't. It's all right to say no. And then nurture. Self-care is important. Make time to get enough sleep, exercise, and good food. I mean, these are all basic things that we all know, but we never do we? So look after yourself. Here we're saying like, well, mentally be able to say, no, I can't do this. No, sorry, I'd love to come, I can't come to your party. But at the same time also thinking about other people. If you're going to be critical, you're going to say certain things, expect them to return the favor. Okay, and then you got self-care to nurture yourself, and you've got the healer card. Okay, you've got the power to help and heal others. So why don't you use your ability to connect with people by giving them something positive in return? So help them, use your communication and use your time with others in a positive way, and also to heal yourself, looking after yourself. You see, you can't look after other people or be of use to service other people if you don't look after yourself. That's all, things that we know ourselves. Love, the answer that you're seeking for is love. Oh, so that's an interesting week for you then, huh? All right, so love. So healing and love, sending healing, sending love, everything is about love for you. Okay, now you've come into your own, Libra. You've come into your own. You've got new partnerships, contracts moving forward. So everything's energy is moving forward for you. I won't say that this week is going to be particularly significant for you, but it feels as if everything is sort of going on track, but then the niggly little things where you have to look after how you communicate and what you communicate, but then looking after yourself, because maybe you're burning the candle at both ends, and then that healer, because if you can be anything, be a healer and send love and use love as your first defense in everything. You are certainly there coming into your own, because partnerships can also be relationships that perhaps you need somebody to complete you in a way. Okay, but then you are moving forward. You are going on that little journey together, but it feels that there's also a hint of that moon there, which makes me feel that there is that you get more news about it, more clarity about this. If you're signing any contracts, it will be the next moon, which is towards the end of this month. Now, justice is about just and fair decisions. Do what you know is right, but stand up for your beliefs. Okay, stand up for your beliefs. This is when you're going up to against an authority or somebody who is has a lot more power. I feel that this is about work, that this is going to be a theme that you're going to have been if you've been working around this theme the last couple of months or weeks. It will be more fulfilled towards the full moon, July's full moon. Okay, but you know, fair and just decision. So you're coming towards if you're waiting for some kind of a notice or a response from somebody in power, an authority, it will feel that you've kind of got what you wanted, but then you're all, you know, you have to do what is right for you. So don't let anyone else tell you that don't go do this or do that, because you know what is right, you know what is good for you. And also to stand up for your beliefs. I mean, I do feel Libra, that you are somebody that can be particularly speaking to people who are very outspoken and can be a bit rough with your communications at times. People might have trouble you know, really getting to understand who you are, but soften it with a bit of love. Soften it with a bit of love. All right, Scorpio, welcome to your reading. There we go. We have one or two cards. Okay. Scorpio, October 23rd to November 21st. Okay. All right, Scorpio. The truth, taking an honest look, means admitting your own mistakes. So Scorpio, what have you got yourself into? All right, this is about speaking your truth. Are you be honest with yourself. Ask yourself if you have had, what part you played in a conflict, and also, you know, taking an honest look. Sometimes we do need to have you know, to do a little check, internal check, in the sense of our thoughts and our feelings, and think like, well, have I been totally honest? Have I instigated the situation? You know, what have I done? Because it's very easy to blame others, because whenever we are in a conflict, or if we're upset with somebody, situation arises, what we tend to do is we blame everyone. But they're not very often that we want to face the truth that we might have had some part in it. Okay, now there can be a disconnect between the message we're giving and what someone hears. So definitely there's a theme about communication here, that maybe you have said something that you know, maybe you're giving off a message that, for example, that maybe you are that you are angry, or you don't want to speak to that person, and that person has assumed something, or you've assumed something else, etc. What a mess. Anyway, so just listen to what, you know, the communication and the truth. Just be honest with yourself. Sit down, think about it, because everything can be solved. Everything can be solved. We've got water, another communication sign, because drink more water, eat fruits with water and such. You know, they hydrate, they make you feel better. So this is just basically saying you have to look after yourself, that maybe you're not in a right place at the moment, that has maybe contributed to a miscommunication or an issue at work or at home. Okay, because teamwork, work with others to make the situation come about. So this is saying that, well, it takes two to tango. right? So two to fight and two to reconcile. So whatever that situation is, that both of you, the both parties, have to come together to an agreement. Okay. Now, Queen of Air, and independent, realistic, witty. And I know that lots of Scorpios, I know a lot of Scorpios are very funny. They do like to have a good time. Okay, at least the Scorpions that I know. You do need objective decision making right now, clearing away all that no longer serves you and seeing the humor in a situation. So, if you feel that right now that this situation can only end in a way where this is not serving your best interest, then, sometimes it's okay to move away, to step away from situations that are not giving us any positivity. Okay. And objective decision making, that you want to be in focus right now. Just look at her eyes, look at how she's staring at that crystal ball, and she can see the future. So you want to make some, that there are lots of decisions. I feel this is all distracting you from the decisions that you do need to make. Okay. And this, I feel, has got to do more about the foundations of your life, which is your work, your finances, your home, and things like that. Okay. And the end of a difficult situation, embracing the change and expect things to get better, recovering from an addiction. Okay. Now, this is, I'm really feeling that this has got to do, Scorpios, this has got to do with your work. Okay. Conflict at work. There's an end coming for that situation, but then there will be a change as well. But things are going to get better, but you kind of feel like you kind of need to step away a little bit from that situation. Okay. Objective decision making, so you do have to make decisions about where you want to go. And the power of creativity, recognition for very high work, and be a team player. So you got team player in two different sets of cards, basically saying that, well, sometimes you got to be a team player. May not like everybody there, but you kind of have to solve, try to work things through. Be careful about your communication, because if you are saying one thing but feeling something else, what are people hearing about you? What messages are you sending to people? Okay. So quite a lot for you to work through, but definitely career is going to be a big focus for you this week. Hi Sagittarius, I'm a Sagittarius too, so let's see what we are going to be dealing with this week. What messages are coming up for us this week? What do we need to know? Your happiness never depends on one person or thing. Absolutely. I'm a true believer in that. That's why I try to find ways to make myself happy as well. Happy surprise. I love this. It's all about happiness. Another one. Oh my god, love heals fear. I love it, love it. Okay. Oh, that was one eager card. Ooh, okay, alright. Come on, Sagittarius. So if you haven't subscribed, like this video and subscribe to this video so you get notified when I am live or when I've uploaded a video like this. Okay, so and we've got another deck. It really helps, all your likes, your comments. Please comment if this this reading resonates with you at all. I love to hear from you. All right, let's get on to this reading. Sagittarius, my fellow Sagittarians. Right, happiness. Your happiness never depends on anyone or one person or thing. You know, I'm a true believer of this, because I feel that if you can't make yourself happy, can't spend time on your own, then don't expect other people to come and fill that void, and that's where all the issues and problems occur. Okay, so you know, be happy within yourself and find ways to spend time on your own being happy. Don't have to feel alone. Happy surprise, something very good is about to happen. I love this, or fantastic. I think about time for this week. Now, I'm particularly very excited about this. Love heals fear. Okay, love heals fear. The power of your love can help bullies and angry people to be less afraid. Oh my goodness. If you knew what was going on this week, you probably agree this is a perfect card for me, and possibly for all of you as well, Sagittarius, because you know the power of your love. See, when we are bullied, or when we have angry people, or people who are not very nice to us, what we find is that, you know, you can either retaliate, you can be really angry and all of that. But then if you're just going to send them love, and you're just going to be quite, you know, it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. You don't act in a similar way, then you know they will be they will be confused. And often when you show love instead of anger, retaliation, or any sort of negativity that they're throwing at you, so let's put it this way: if you find somebody throwing arrows at you, and that person would naturally assume that you would take the arrow and throw it back at them to hurt them. But if you don't, if you just pick it up, you know, hold it in your hands and just hold it, and they'll be like, okay, what's going on now? And that's what it's like. And a lot of people who are bullies and angry at you, at people, society, often you find that people behaving that way because they are actually afraid. They might be, you know, they might be a big thug, but they probably actually are really afraid. So, for example, an animal in the wild, for example, would retaliate, would charge at you because purely of fear, because they think like, oh God, okay, what's that person, you know, what's that thing, what's it going to do to me? So it's basically about fear. So it's about changing how you react. Now, Knight of Fire, sudden event that happens that needs immediate action. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. So somebody's going to come with news, some kind of news, Sagittarius. In this week, at the end of this week or next week, and they're going to come with news. They're going to say, right, okay, look, you need to get this done, or you have an opportunity, and you think like, oh my God, okay, and you might have a deadline, you might have something that you have to commit to very quickly. So just the warning here is that think things through carefully. Just because it's all beautiful and shiny doesn't mean it's going to be perfect and good. So just to make sure that you do a little bit of your own research. Okay, now also here saying too much going on at once, the need to make a decision, consider a more playful approach. So there's some decisions that you have to make. Maybe it's an opportunity that just been that's just you know, a similar sort of situation, and that's come into your lab, and you're thinking, oh, should I do this, shouldn't I do that? Okay, whilst at one hand you don't want to rush into a decision, on the other hand you don't want to wait too long that the decision just, you know, then goes to somebody else. So just be careful that you're not you have a balance of both. And if there's any problems or any situations that's bothering you, take a playful approach, meaning that, you know, if you look at it all serious, all you know, very, very intense, then you are not going to be able to make decision. But then if you step back a little bit, maybe take a break, step back, and then you relook at it, you might find that, oh yeah, okay, well, you know, what was I stressing about that? Okay, now you've got 3 of water, and the reason for that is you got 3 of water because it seems that in between this week and next week, there's going to be some kind of celebration. You're going to be celebrating a situation. You know, it could be a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement for some of you, but it feels that if you this might be something to do with work or finances, or something you want to do for the home and family as well. That means it literally means there's going to be success. You know, success is celebrate. You will want to be celebrating next weekend. The need to have more fun. So see more of a social aspect to all of this for you Sagittarius next week. Okay. And we've got a bonus card, which is it's easy to get stuck in a rut, learn something new, change your look or routine. Which is quite funny because I wanted to change my color of my nails next week actually. So definitely, you know, you can be stuck in a rut and not want, you know, do something new, whether it's physical, whether it's joining a new exercise routine, maybe it's taking up a new activity, or anything that is slightly different, but you might feel that you want to add more colors to your wardrobe, and you want to do something nice for yourself. Hi Capricorn, this is Angela. See what messages we're going to get for you. Oh, wow, very, very decisive. These cards are like, just like, pick me, pick me. If you haven't already subscribed and liked and hit the notification button on this page, please do so. It really helps me if more people get to see my videos, and I get noticed on YouTube, because that would encourage me to do more of these videos. I know I'm not very polished in terms of YouTube speak, but my readings are genuine. And for those who are new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium based in Berkshire, the UK, and I tend to do, I've got my links to my Facebook group as well, so I tend to do some lives from time to time, especially during full or new moon time, to give you messages. So please make sure that you all go ahead and also like the video there, the page there, I mean. Okay, Capricorn, what is the message? Making new friends takes bravery, but it's worth it. Okay, so if you've been Capricorn, you've been a bit naughty and not trying to you know, I want to say socialize, but it's been hard to socialize, isn't it? But you know, don't sit in your corner and just feel all sad and miserable, because there are lots of people to meet. Okay, and then self-care is important. Make time to get enough exercise, sleep, and good food. Yes, certainly. So opening yourself up to new people and also looking after yourself is going to be very important for you this week. I've got let's see, so definitely that seems to be one of the big messages for you, you know, to look after yourself. And also, you know, sometimes when we feel during the pandemic, I feel like a lot of people felt that felt lonely, and felt that their own friends have been rather absorbed by their own lives, and we feel a bit left out. But then what you will be asking for will happen soon in a happy way. So meaning that, you know, put all your positive thoughts and think about things that you want. You know, the universe will be delivering you some good news and good stuff, because and this, you know, I've been saying this throughout for all the signs, that when I do these readings, that very often your spirit people, your mom, dad, kids, friends in spirit, grandparents, they tend to also join in and help me, you know, perhaps with the choosing of the cards, and also any thoughts or feelings that I have that pops into the mind. And if you have parents in spirit, please be assured that and the message is so beautiful. Isn't this beautiful? Look at that. Look at that. It's just such a beautiful artwork. No matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can. Now, whenever we lose our parents or our family or anyone, our children and so on, whenever we lose our loved ones, we miss them a lot. You know, we truly miss them. We love them even more than we did when they were alive, if that is even possible. But it just feels that their love for them will tend to be really intense. And our loss is intense because we miss their physical presence, we miss their place in our lives, and it feels like their journey is cut, and we still walking on this path, but they've gone missing. But we forget that they love and miss us even more in spirit, that they have lost their sense of belonging in so many ways. You know, if you spent 90 years or 80 years or 5 years or whatever in a shell, in a body, in a life, in a journey, in a feeling, touching, smelling, feeling, and suddenly you're in spirit, and they see your love, they see your sadness. This is a message for all of you who have lost somebody in spirit, Capricorn, saying we love you as much as we can. We love you. Okay, beautiful message. You might be missing them very much, and there's something about the 18, was it 18 of July, that somebody has missed somebody, past, and that anniversary on July 18. If you do have somebody, mother or father, that's in spirit, do drop me a comment, let me know. Okay, but somebody's just that 18's just dropped into my mind. Now let's see what else. Okay, events that occur with great speed, time to think carefully, review your plans, creative solutions. Okay, and then we've got the Queen of Earth, which is making time around you. And right, okay, so Capricorn, this coming week is going to be quite challenging. I'm not going to lie to you. It tells me that, well, you might have to make changes. So if you've made a plan, for example, if you wanted to go abroad and you're thinking, all right, I've booked a holiday on the green list, and now it's, oh no, it's in amber, or you know, so might have to make decisions like that. Okay, so you have to review. So things are happening that is out of your control, that suddenly you've got to review, got to change. So what I see is that you are scrambling around to find a solution. Okay, now the Queen of Earth here is saying, well, take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind of understanding way, meaning saying that, hey, take a step back, think about it. And it's got to do with money as well. So there's something to do with money, affected by money. Okay, finances are affected. So take a sensible approach. Don't do it from an angry place. Don't make a decision based on how you feel. Okay, take a step back. Don't give up, protect all that you have created, have courage and believe in yourself. Okay, so it feels that plans, what I'm feeling here is that what you've planned, perhaps you've, as I said, booked a holiday for next week or the week after, whatever, but you've made some kind of booking, or perhaps you've made, you were meant to move to a different house, you've bought a house, or you're waiting for somebody to sign. You know, it just feels that anything that something that you've put into place before this week will be held back. Okay, so you're going to find that changes out of your control has happened, and then you're going to be dealing and with the fallout and trying to find solutions, and you're thinking, oh my god, what do I do? It affects your money as well, your finances, and it feels like you are almost everywhere trying to solve a problem, and then don't give up. It feels like then you become a bit more of that, that warrior woman, where you're trying to protect everything. You're saying like, hold on a minute, this is all mine, don't touch this, no, this is my rights, this is about your right. Okay, as a consumer, as a person in a relationship, everything. So these are your rights. And then you got 5 of water, Capricorn. Things not turning out the way you hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation, crying over spilled milk. So as I said, this news is going to affect a situation that you have planned, that you have made, you thought it was going to be a sure thing. Okay, but what is saying that you can't change what's going to happen, but things are not going to turn out the way you had designed it to. All right, so if you set your mind in thinking, okay, this is what I want this week or this month to be, this is not going to go that way. However, not seeing the positive in a situation, there is a positive, but you've got to find it. All right, so you might have to dig deep to find it. You might be stepping away 6 months from now saying, oh, thank God that happened, because if we had gone ahead with it, we would have been in so much trouble later. So you will be able to look at it on hindsight, because I have a feeling that you'll be looking at it from hindsight and thinking, oh my God, okay, thank God that did not happen. I feel this is really happening for a reason. Okay, it will happen for a reason, because I will go back to this card, because what you're asking for will happen soon in a happy way. So this is not meant to be, this is meant to be. All right, Capricorn, thank you so much for listening. If you can resonate with all the readings that I've done in this video, please comment, like, and subscribe.